The holographic comments were scrolling so fast they were practically a blur of neon rage. At anti_Presley, she said yes. At Material Girl, impossible. She doesn't date below the tax bracket. She's allergic to poverty. At Plothole, wait, isn't she supposed to reject him? The script is broken. At Team Haley, what about Haley? This messes up everything. Haley. My eyes flicked to the sidelines. There she was. Caleb's childhood best friend. The supposed heroine of this story. According to the floating spoilers, Haley was the architect of this little disaster. She was the one who dared Caleb to ask me out. The logic was twisted but effective. She has a massive, desperate crush on Remington. She wanted to humiliate me, Remington's clinging ex, by having the school loser propose to me. She figured I'd throw a tantrum, reject Caleb cruelly, and look like a heartless monster. Then, she'd swoop in. She'd play the doe-eyed victim. She'd comfort Caleb while whispering in Remington's ear about what a shallow gold digger I am. In the original timeline, the one where I didn't see the future projected in front of my face, I played right into her hands. I would have rejected Caleb. Remington would have ignored me. And Haley, the ultimate pick-me girl, would have won. She'd play both sides, keeping Caleb on a leash while chasing Remington, only settling for Caleb once his billions were revealed. Calculated. I have to admire the hustle. If she hadn't tried to use me as a pawn in her little game, we might have been friends. But now? Game over, Haley. I caught her eye across the crowd. She looked stunned. Her mouth was slightly open, her supportive best friend mask slipping. But then, her expression shifted. A tiny, smug smile tugged at the corner of her lips. She glanced at Remington. She thought she'd won anyway. She thought by saying yes to the trash, I had officially removed myself from Remington's orbit. She thought the throne was empty. Cute. I turned my attention back to Caleb. He was still staring at me like I was an alien species that had just landed. I didn't let go of his tie. Instead, I slid my hand down to his. His palm was rough, calloused from manual labor, so different from Remington's manicured hands. I interlaced our fingers. A collective gasp rippled through the crowd. Snap, snap, snap. The sound of photos being taken was like a firing squad. I smiled at him, batting my eyelashes. Ready to go, boyfriend? That broke the spell. Behind us, the tension finally snapped. Remington didn't say a word. He looked at my hand in Caleb's. His face was a mask of cold fury. He turned abruptly, shoving past a sophomore who was too slow to move. He didn't walk. He stomped, radiating aggressive energy. Rem, wait up! Brock and the rest of the varsity squad scrambled to follow him, looking like panicked ducklings. Brock turned back to the crowd, forcing a loud, nervous laugh. Show's over. Nothing to see here. He waved his hands dismissively. Remington's just, focused. Big game coming up. He's in the zone. Yeah, another teammate chimed in, sweating. He's not mad. He thinks it's hilarious. Good joke, Presley. They chased after him, their voices fading as they rounded the corner of the gym. But everyone saw the truth. Remington didn't look amused. He looked like someone who just realized he threw away a winning lottery ticket, only to watch a homeless guy pick it up and cash it in. Presley, are you serious? Caleb looked like a deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming train. I dragged him away from the gawking crowd, pulling him toward the quieter side of the bleachers. He stumbled a bit, his resistance weak, like he couldn't quite process the reality of my hand gripping his wrist. We've spoken, like, twice, he said, lowering his voice to a small sound. He swallowed hard, his Adam's apple bobbing nervously. I honestly thought you didn't even know my name. He bit his lip, his gaze dropping to his scuffed sneakers. I get it.